I was just talking about all the things I'm learning along the way. And uh, with all your videos and your lives too, have you checked out Launchpad yet? That's okay. That's why you came in, and that's why I could remind you. Um, we're getting unstuck. And it's not about, like, there's many things that I can do to help others, but it's more about you seeing how I can help you. Because when you see that I can actually help you and help others all the time, you start to trust and understand. And even if it's not for you, you're going to see people along the way and you're going to say, oh, I know she could help them with that. She could help them. And then word of mouth is always, always, always going to be the strongest motivation, the strongest sales in the whole world. And there's nothing you can do. Anastasia, oh, I love you guys so much. Welcome, Wemuyu. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm just starting on Libra. Do I have any Libras in the building? I'm a Libra rising. I'm a Leo sun and I'm a Scorpio moon. So when I tell you all about that justice, transformation, and fire, I'm a walking struggle, not struggle. I'm a walking work in progress of finding balance and achieving it, which we have to laugh about that. I know life, and we have to adjust. It's a constant maneuver of adjust, move, pivot, pause, and then continue going. So, right. And when you learn how to do it, that's why the tools are so important. They come like breathing, it just happens. And when you've done that, you've mastered life because you know no matter what the struggle is, you're going to overcome it. And I think that's what the theme of Libra is going to be. For one who finds joy within the self, rests satisfied within the self, and whose life is dedicated to self realization. I can't believe I was talking about this as I shuffled this card out. Uh, whose life is dedicated to self realization, there remains nothing further for that person to accomplish. Once you've mastered yourself, there's nothing you can't accomplish. You don't have to accomplish anything else. But our life, we could not live without accomplishing things because of our drive, our empowerment, our confidence, the things that we do so well, and the things that we don't do well, we don't stop till we do them well. So, like, that's just who we are. How has your quality of life improved since you began your self care journey? Oh, I could tell you some stories. Reflect and celebrate your progress. And if you don't believe me, go to a year back this time, like literally a year ago, and watch some of my videos. You can see the struggle, you can see the trauma, you can see the things that I went through. I'm not promoting going to see trauma, but what I'm saying is you can see the difference. You can see the things I had to go through, and you can see how much I've built and how far I've come. This has been years in progress. It wasn't just 1 year. But if you go and you look at that 1 year difference and see the difference, you can only imagine the stuff that I had to go through the years prior. It would just make your whole head blow up. It makes my head explode sometimes. I'm like, have I really come this far? Um, and it's not a bad thing. It's a celebratory thing, man. And I don't stop. And you know what, some people said to me, especially with my daughter, with the struggles that she has, she's like, many people have said it to me actually, look how far you came with zero people helping you, slipping through the cracks, not getting a fair shot at any step of the game. Look how far you came on your own. Imagine how far you could have went if you had just one person helping you, one person guiding you, one person helping you learn. And that almost broke me, to be honest, because I was like, that's heartbreaking, but it's so friggin' true. um, and it was so wild to just actually be seen for what I had done. And that's why when I talk about these workshops, the programs, the healing, the advocating for yourself, the showing up, I fight so hard for it because I didn't have that person. Man, when I tell you I want to be that person for you, I want to help people along the way, I want to empower people, and I want to celebrate your wins. And I want to do that. And I don't care if it's for one people or 1,000 people. because at the end of the day, I didn't have that. Now I'm starting to get that. Look at the people that show up for me. Look at the amazing people that show up for me now. I'm starting it. That's a win all day long. And I want to make sure I'm that person for people when they feel lost along the way. And it's not always like you're completely lost, you're stuck, you don't know where to go, you don't know how to find the answer. I'm going to be that person, and I will spend my whole life doing that. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, one person helps you, one gives you that little inspiration. You stop in for a little dose of love, a little dose of strength and empowerment, and you move along your day, then I'm winning, right? You're winning, I'm winning, and God is not going to let me fall, because I'm making great strides and I'm helping people. I'm speaking their greatness into this world until they know how to speak it for themselves. And I'll speak it for you nonstop. That's who I am, and that's what I love to do. So that's exciting. There's pleasure in the pathless woods. This is the self care, and I love it. Spend some time thinking about a part of your life that is yet to be planned out. That's every single day from here on out. Remind yourself that to have an adventure ahead is a gift, and your life is full of possibility. When you get to a point where you overcome so many things and you learn how to come back to it every time, you can find the balance. By the way, Libra, balance, justice, that is the epitome of what Libra is. So when you learn to find that balance and trust in yourself, there's no question. There's no fear. There's no anything that can hinder you, because you just already know, okay, I'm a little out of balance today. I don't feel great. I'm feeling a little anxious. I'm feeling worried. I'm worrying about something that's a week away. Why? Okay, check yourself. Come back to center. It's a week away. Are you prepared? Have you done the work? Is everything ready to go? Why are you nervous? Right? Those things, those little things, those questions just bring you back into balance and say, I'm literally trying to psych myself out for something that I know, like breathing. And that's when you start checking yourself, you're not checking yourself like, that's so stupid. Why are you doing that? You're checking yourself and saying, okay, let's have a little reality check. I had my moment where I'm getting all out in the stars and the worried and all the shoulda, woulda, couldas, and I don't know what to do. And oh my God, I'm starting to get nervous, because we're letting our mind run. The moment we do that, we say, okay, I see you. The leash has gone too far. Come back. This is your restrictions. You're not allowed to think like that. We're not worried about the future. We're not stressing over the past. We're staying focused in the present, because here and now I am safe. Here and now I can control. Hi, Anastasia. I love you so much. That's 2 days in a row. Thank you so much. You're so good to me. I miss you too. I got to get to your live. You should be in bed. It's late for you. I love you so much. Thank you for coming. I'm fantastic. Truly, I am. 122, 123 on the clock. You know what that means? It's progression, right? It's constant progression. We're living in evolution. Capricorn, accomplishment. Okay, Libra, you're starting to understand. Accomplishment. Scale mountains to gain a sense of achievement. Once you trust yourself, you know how to communicate. You know that once you've mastered your thoughts, how you perceive them, your emotions, you validate them, process them, let them go, take the silver lining, learn the lessons. What do? You hit those mountains, you're already on the other side of it, and you're like, what the hell happened? You got to look back and celebrate those accomplishments. Hey, Anna, thank you so much for the advice. Oh, Anna, she's the one who told me too. But she's not the only one. When I tell you, these people are amazing with the help, the ideas, the empowerment, the way they show up, just like this. It's amazing. We are in a time right now, because I don't know what it was back in the day, but I know from other areas of my life, when you started to do well at something or you were just learning, people were kick you while you're down. They were, I'm not going to help you. It's not my problem. Figure it out on your own. And the difference here is the people want to help you. They want to share with you. They want to lift you up, not out of greed or competitiveness, but because they know, they recognize the struggle, because they had to do it too. right? So instead of them saying, I want to see you go through the struggle, I've been through that struggle and I want to share that with you. That's what I say when I say we're aligning with our people. We're with people that have the same mindset, the same thought process as we do. I'm happy to hear that. Amen. We all grow together. We work, we share, we grow, and each one teach one and pay it forward are my what I live by in life. Literally what I live by. Pay it forward. Even if you're teaching somebody and you're not sure if you're ever going to get it back, never worry. It's coming back. It may not be from that person. It's going to come back from a pay it forward from some random stranger at some crazy time when you just needed it, when you needed it the most. You have to trust in that. And it will always come to pass. I promise. All right. For my Libras that are learning their accomplishments. They're learning to celebrate them. They're learning to be start planning out things. You're starting to trust that it's okay. You're learning to water your garden. I love this one. This is well, of course I would love this one. This is all about what I talk about. Hold on. Angel number 120, which breaks down to 3, which is your spirituality, alignment. Beautiful. What did I say? 113. 113. 120. It was too many numbers I added in my head. 118, 120. There we go. I read these. Yes, like the people. Do you notice it too, Anastasia? Like the people that we go, Wanga lady, hello, how are you? Do you notice it in the people, the people that we have show up for us, the way people show up? Like it's 1000%. It's you can feel it. You can feel the energy. You can see it in the way people show up. Like you just know that the people that show up for you are the ones that support you, care about you, and want to see good things in your life. And it's so different from what it was before, which is it's exciting. Every time I get new subscribers, I want to go check out their stuff. I want to see what they're doing. I want to celebrate their wins. I don't know how many times a day I write congratulations on somebody's thing, even just for their subscribers, for their views. That's an achievement, and every single one should be celebrated. Water your garden. Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being. Cyclic. You can't be on and in full bloom month after month, day after day. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest, and refuel. Libra's learning balance. To take a moment to restock and replenish and slow right on down. Even if you're winning all the time, right? You have to slow down. You can't stay on go. You can still keep expanding, keep growing, but if you don't rest, you're going to burn out, and that is not okay. Your body is the only body you're given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well being and put your health and body first. I know it can feel like time is running out and as if there's urgent things that simply can't wait. I do that all the time and I give myself trouble all the time. However, if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in. This way of living isn't sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to rest. Immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we're putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the instantaneous pace of modern life. How are you being called to put on the brakes? To rest, restore, and rejuvenate. When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend, day, or afternoon off? Look after your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover. When you find yourself running on your reserves, there's enough time. Life will bend toward you when you do. What is your body yearning for? Rest. When you're working hard and you're going, whether it's your lives, all of the things, that's why I only do my lives for these. I don't come on all the time. And I don't, the reason I do it, I come on with just the lives is because I want to teach the information. I want to share how I can help you and then get off. And the reason is I don't want to exhaust you and I don't want to exhaust me. I want to get the information out. I also recognize that I have a life and a business and a child and all the things that I need to do. And then I still have to fit me time in there. And I can bet pretty much every single one of us, the idea of me time is almost scary. You know what? 5 minutes to my brain to shut it off, which sometimes seems almost impossible because, especially if you're doing it by yourself, especially if you're doing it with no help, it can get crazy. Libra, you're starting to understand you're going to burn out. You're starting to say, okay, if I just make a little time for me, and it does take time. And I'm sure you've probably had to burn out many, many times before you learned your lesson because just like anything else, you got to walk through that fire. But learning how to do it, and even if it's, I'm going to take 5 minutes, okay, I can't take 5 minutes. I'm going to take 3 minutes here. I'm committed to it. I'm scheduling it, and I'm going to shut my brain off. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to run around the block or dance, put on a song and dance for 5 minutes. I'm going to go jump on my rebounder. I'm going to sit with this snack first, and I'm not going to touch my phone. I'm not going to listen to anything. You know, these little small things that you take that time to do for yourself, that you commit to. The same way you have an appointment on the wall, all your scheduled things, you add yourself into that schedule. You schedule it. I know it seems cheesy, but I'm not kidding. On my wall of schedules, on my things to do, there is a me time reset, a movement burst, 5 minute meditation. Because no matter what's going on, I need to make sure I can get out of the chaos. I can allow myself space and I can do something silly, funny, and not worry that my whole world is going to fall apart. I can't do whole days off yet. I have to build by myself. But I can do 3 minutes. I can do 5 minutes. I can say, okay, I'm going to go sit outside and watch my kid play and not worry about anything else. It's balance, right? It doesn't have to be perfectly perfect. It's the intention, the idea, and the amount of time you can consistently be present in the here, in the now, where none of that crap matters, right? And it takes time and it takes practice. And Libra, you're learning balance. Balance is hardest thing to achieve, and the first thing when things start to go awry is the first thing to go out of whack, right? Balance is the first thing that and the first thing to go when things start to go out of whack is what? Your systems, your meditation, your health, your exercise, your diet, whatever it is, the first thing to go. Libra, you're learning that can't, it cannot, because then your cup gets empty. That's why I say all the time, fill your cup first. Show up for you, make sure you're doing okay, and then you share and give from the overflow. You have the rest, the love, all the things you need. It takes time to find that balance, and the balance is going to change daily. Sometimes I don't have the capacity to do anything. Sometimes I'm supposed to do this uh, techie stuff and all like or numbers and all that stuff and I don't want to do it. But it's okay. I'm gonna go play on YouTube Create because that inspires me. It makes me giggle, it makes me happy. And I balance it. Okay, you had some playtime. Now go do, 1 hour of numbers, whatever you gotta do, get it all together. Now go back and play for a minute, right? Like learning how to make things fun time because even that playtime is beneficial to my business, but it brings me joy. It lights me up. It's fun. And it's not because I can't always do the nothing, because when you have to do it by yourself, you still have to pick up after your kid, feed your kid, spend time with your kid, love your kid, and do all the things. So there is no real time off. Okay, single parents know that all too well. But learning to find that balance and what it is that brings you joy, and you're still moving your business and your things forward, uh, that's a kind of balance that it cannot be taught. It has to be learned, and you're learning it. And you're understanding that that capacity shifts at any given moment, and the only thing that must remain is that you come first. You're learning that to keep that balance. I have to understand my capacity. Today, I may only have this in me, but tomorrow I'm going to have this. So what happens? That balances out. Priorities first. Priority, everything else after. That's balance. Warrior woman. This is my favorite one. We got a lot of people starting to understand the warrior isn't always just fight, war. Uh, it's making space, creating space. Angel number 56, which is 11, which is 2, which is balance. Oh, look, it's right there. You are here for a reason. You're being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living a heart and soul led life requires courage to triumph over fear. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. And the more resistance we have toward answering the call, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, "I'm not afraid, I was born to do this." My favorite line. But the thing about courage is that it's not possible without fear. Pardon me. So if you're feeling afraid, what is needed is courage, and courage comes from living from the heart. Think of your fears opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. If you look at your fears as this light that as uncomfortable, in this light, then as uncomfortable, sorry, my reading is horrid, as it might feel, it's actually a sign that you are on the right track. Have you answered your deepest calling? When you find that balance, you can see, you can trust. And by the way, that fear dissipates because in finding balance, you also come to find out, oh, I've already overcome this. Oh, I've already learned this. I know how to do this. Oh, I don't really know how to do this, but look at all the other things I've overcome. As long as I keep myself in the priority, as long as I make sure that I'm doing okay, I'm checking in, I'm doing all the things, I know I can overcome it. If it's a struggle, if it's a learning curve, okay, then I learn it slowly in the background as I'm doing all my other things. I just intentionally make a little bit of time for it. You're learning how to trust that because you find the balance here. That's a hard one more. People think all the time, like people that do meditation and all of that stuff, sometimes even they don't recognize. They have all of this amazing stuff, the knowledge, the wisdom, but just like everything else, we tend to not take our own advice. Or when things get chaotic, when we're busy, we're growing, we're expanding, first thing that goes is all the things we teach. And I know because sometimes I got to check myself on a regular basis. Hey, what's happening here? So it's not something, I'm not just making it up. It's really important that you find the balance and you are learning that. Look at a time for healing. You're always healing, you're always growing. But there also is an understanding that I'm not going to live my life caught in the healing trap where I must heal all of this. Because you know what happens? You learn there comes a stage where you get to release a lot of things, even if you don't have all the understanding. Some things are not meant to know, and you can just let it go like that. Because when the time comes that it's time to know, it will be shown to you. And when it will be shown to you, you go, okay, I'll take this time now. I'll make time for that, but because it's necessary and because now I understand what it means. And as you're going, that's a whole difference than worrying, staying stuck in the I must heal, I need to heal, I need to understand, because that's a loop that makes you feel like I'm not ready to continue doing something. I'm not ready to move forward because I haven't healed this. No, sometimes the healing is in the moving forward. And again, that's the balance, learning how to check in, right? I'm checking in. Do I feel okay doing this? Yep. Okay. Am I a little scared to do that? Yep. But if I step forward, am I still feeling good? Am I in over my head? Is there something I can learn? You know how to do those check ins. That's the balance, right? And you're learning that in doing that, you get to celebrate your achievements. Celebrating your achievements is a big, big deal. Throat chakra, speaking your greatness. However it may be, sing your song, think your thoughts. Oh, One more. There it is. Also, angel number 7, your connection with spirit. Express your truth. Expression, communication, your own creative language, sharing your spirit, accepting your originality, truth, authenticity. This chakra is the origin of expression. It is the source of the life spark that inspires our aliveness and stokes the creative fires in others. This is the outer sharing of our inner being, the glowing song of our soul, on the winds of our flight to understanding more of who we are. Connect to the crux of your potential and take it further than you could have imagined. As spirit fuses into the tangible, it actualizes as a platform for greater experience and new facets are sculpted, seated and shared as a fractal of light in the form of our own unique language. Be truthful with yourself about how you are really feeling. If you always act in integrity and follow your heart centered truth, some unhealthy connections or aspects of your life may fall away, and you will be in complete alignment with your path. In this way, your internal psychic navigation system will become strengthened, your purpose will be clear, and you will inspire others through the sparkle of your deep inner knowing. When you speak your greatness, your body must follow, right? It's just the way it is. And you start aligning, and speaking it also allows the universe, it's testing your commitment. It's showing you, telling the universe, I'm here, I'm showing up every day, I'm doing the work. And you're not just saying it, your actions are showing it. And that means commitment to yourself, finding that balance. And you're doing that. You're actually doing it. And where's the other one? I put it away already and I shouldn't have. But it was the accomplishments. Like it's right at the top. It was your accomplishments. You're starting to understand every little win, every time you choose balance, every time you choose you, and every time you hit one of those little milestones, whatever it may be, you're closer to your big ones. And the more closer you get, the more excited you get. It's okay to be excited. There's nothing wrong with that. Be proud. Not so proud that you're never going to learn and you don't listen to others, but proud enough to say, I did that. And I showed up for myself. And I found the balance. I didn't have to throw myself under the bus or walk all over myself to get here. I didn't step on others. I didn't do, and I did it with integrity. I did it exactly the way that I wanted to do it. And I'm proud of that. And you deserve to be proud of that. Celebrate every single accomplishment. Don't care what it is, and you're learning that. And that's exciting. I love that. Libras finding the balance. They're finding the balance. Look, clarity. Five, 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 five. Transformation, change, opportunity, momentum, process, success, adaptability, and achievement. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a beneficiary, enriching your life experience. By embracing and adapting to change, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. Trust that everything is unfolding for the best. You are achieving your goals and everything will work out perfectly in the end. Five, 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 five. Remember, get present. What's going on around you? What were you thinking? Those are the things that matter. You're learning to celebrate your accomplishments, and every time you celebrate just a little bit, you every little one, you get more clarity on the next one's coming. You get more clarity on what you want. You know how to define it so you can speak it to the universe, so you can speak it to yourself and stand up and follow accordingly. That's a win. That kind of balance uh, takes many people years and years and years, and I'm no I started late in life. Some people are very lucky and they have very balanced friends and family um, that help them along the way. But for those that don't, you're not too late. You're just on time, and it doesn't matter where you came from in the and what stage you're in. You're exactly on time. I promise you. The universe is showing up for you, and whatever's meant for you will always come back to you. So you never have to worry. This one is I bring peace with me wherever I go. I love that one. And that's something that I want to affirm every single day. Libras, when you find that balance, you're calm. You're not in chaos. You're not in anxiety or fear or worry or any of the things. You're balanced. You're happy. You're peaceful. So what happens? People are directly aligned. They're going to start. You're magnetic, right? People start coming near you because you're a safe space. They don't have to worry about you freaking out. It always does that. Sorry, guys. We got to start keeping these under 2 hours. I think just because, for whatever reason, YouTube does this. Um, then it kicks out and my volume gets all weird. So I apologize. I'm going to start remembering to do that. I don't know why it does that, but also the next one was I trust that my intuition is always leading me in the right direction. When you follow that guidance and you find that balance, it's a lot easier to trust your intuition because you know it's not coming out of fear, it's not coming out of need, it's coming out of excitement, out of curiosity, out of clarity, from understanding. And that's a really good space to be. I'm really excited. There's a lot of transition, and I think for all of my air signs, it seems like you're all finding the balance, and each one are in your own stage of the balance. Oh, I better be careful, or my phone's gonna die. Lots going on today. There we go. Hi again. Let's see if it works. It says reconnecting, so I don't know if it actually disconnects or not. But learning to find that balance, learning to trust your intuition is something that didn't come by. You didn't come by easily. It was a I don't want to say a chore, but it was a task, and it was something that you had to show up and commit to the same way you showed up and committed to your work, to your appointments, to all the things. And I think each air sign in your own way, you're finding that balance. Libra, I think you're actually to the point where you've kind of mastered it, which is, and that doesn't mean that you're always going to be balanced, but you know how to come back to it. You know how to check yourself. You know how to check in, prioritize yourself and what you need, and even in the smallest of ways, whether it's a 20-minute bubble bath to just quiet your mind and dream, like my abundance bath soak that I make on my website. No matter what it is, whatever it is you're doing, taking that time for you, whatever it is, allows you to dream, create, and now you know how to bring it to earth with the action steps, with how you behave, how you put yourself first. That is a big step. Libra mastered it. Gemini and Aquarius, you're not far behind though. You're learning to find that, create that safe space, figure out what it is, and whatever that is for you, whether it's a little artist studio, whether it's just going to sit by a tree for a half hour a day, it doesn't matter what it is. You're learning that in finding that little space for yourself, you have a space to create, to learn, to grow, to share. And you know that when you're doing it from the heart, your intention is always to help others, right? And it usually almost always comes from some struggle that you've had before. And when you look at it from that and you go into anything that you're doing with the intention of helping others, not the intention of making thousands of dollars and not caring about anything, the intention of helping others, the money will follow. It will always follow. But you're going to have your commitment tested. You're going to have to learn to find balance, because when things get busy and they get chaotic, you got to remember that at the end of the day, that time has to be for you. Because if not, all of the commitments, all of the things you've built and expanded into are going to fizzle and burn out because you don't have enough light, enough power, enough stamina to keep them going because you spread yourself so thin. Doesn't mean you can't do 20 different things. You just have to learn to stagger them, to maneuver them, to manipulate them to where I can do it, where it fits in my schedule that allows me the space to still be me and do what it is that I love, how I feel, show up for myself, check in, and spend that time with myself and my family, right? You have to create those boundaries to protect that stuff. And that's what you guys have been doing. You're learning it. Libra is I think at the point of mastering it. Aquarius and Gemini, you're right up there. You're figuring it out, but you want to do my dishes? I hate dishes. I shouldn't say that. I have a dishwasher and I never use it. So saying I hate dishes is kind of nuts. And it's only me and Grace, so really, how much dishes do we have? Some days though, that kid makes so many dishes. One of these days, she's gonna do them for me. Welcome back. I'm almost done anyway. I got to get ready to go get my kiddo. She's got an eye doctor's appointment. I have my workshop tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., uh, which is Pacific time. So I don't know where that is for everyone else. But if you go to my website, creativelyguided.ca, you can sign up for it there, or the links in almost all of my video descriptions. The link is in there, and I believe in my bio. It's also there. It's the last call for it, so go sign up. It's just ideas to empower you, how to get you unstuck, how to use things. And by the way, it's not just about small little tools. The idea is that when you come in, you're telling me what it is you want to do, where you are at it, and I can help you find the next possible action step. So it's not just about me telling you a tool. Yes, you'll learn how to figure that out for yourself as I give you the tools, but it's also me helping you saying, oh, well, here's a couple possibilities that you could do that would work really well. And when I tell you I'm really good at that, I'm resourceful, resilient, beyond measure. My knowledge and my ability to research and look things up and understand them um, exceeds expectations. So, uh, if you want, go sign up for it. It will be amazing. I look forward to seeing everybody there. I will be on tomorrow for the we did water, earth, air. Tomorrow will be the fire signs. That's my uh, Aries, Leo, Sag. That will be tomorrow. And then I still have one more live to do. I have to do the alchemy emotion. That will be the end of the week. We're slowly but surely getting there. And lots of work coming up, lots ahead. I'm going to give a little bit of break. I think over the summer will be just my lives and my teachings and a lot of clippings. But over the summer, I wanted to really build out my business program so that we're learning how to use our personal authority for our business, right? To make sure those checks and balances. Um, because the way I teach it and the way I ask people to check and the balances, it's like a risk assessment. But the way that I do it is if you have checks and balances from an ethical standpoint, from an intuitive, from a caring standpoint, you never get to legal. You never ever get to legal because you've checked in, you've done the things. Sometimes, yes, it's covering your ass, but other times it's saying, hey, would I want this done to me? Is there a way that I can make sure that this doesn't happen? So, are you cooking pork today? He better be. But it's just one of those things that in the checks and balances, we don't allow systemic harm. We don't allow things to, because it's not always because people choose to do bad things. It's from people letting things slide. It's from people saying, oh, I'll do this later. But sometimes things are important. And if you just do them in the moment, it will save you all kinds of headaches along the way. So there's lots of other cool stuff coming. But for now, this is what I have for my air signs. And